Supplements.
All right, cool. Let's talk about supplements.
What are you guys ripping on? You guys,
All right.
the standard protein and creatine?
Actually,
All right, we're gonna
I'm
start
curious.
this bitch right now.
What?
We're gonna start this bitch.
We already started.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dude, I'm actually.
What's up, guys? Strength Through Movement CEO Chris Buskirk, founder. Got Tristan, we got Danny here, part of Strength Through Movement. We're going to be talking today about the supplement industry because, number one, I've been part of it in the sense of working for GNC. That's how I kind of got into this whole realm of fitness. Is GNC was my kind of first step before I started training. However, Tristan's part of First Form. He's a legacy owner or some crazy, what do you call it?
Legionnaire.
Legionnaire. That's
Yeah,
the same
not
thing, right?
legacy owner.
It's the same thing. But he's a Legionnaire for First Form, and we want to talk about supplements. So I'll get us started. So
yeah, I was
came
actually
over
going to
here.
ask you, like, what? Because you're like athlete, like athletic training.
Yeah.
So like what? Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
because people
I
like,
see where you're going.
dude, people overcomplicate supplementation. Like,
Absolutely.
what the main goal? You want to get everything through whole food. That's what you're trying to do. Supplements fill the gaps between those. It's not going to be what takes you there.
I'm a dinosaur. I'm old as hell. Just kidding. I'm not that old. But let's rewind all the way back to high school. That's when I first started taking supplements. Okay.
Mhm.
My dad handed me a protein shake, and it was the most god awful thing I've ever tasted in my life. Optimum Nutrition, and that was like the best brand at that time.
Gotta get the Hydro Way.
Yeah, the Hydro Way. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Expensive.
So I started with protein shakes because I wasn't getting enough protein in my diet, and because like we are not educated at all when it comes to nutrition because that's a control mechanism. Another rabbit hole that we could go down.
Yeah.
I started with protein shakes because I wasn't getting enough protein. So I would literally drink them between classes at school with water, chunks and all, because they didn't even have blender bottles at this time.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. So was it the metal little spring ball or
Yeah,
nothing?
they didn't even have those.
So you
I
just
was
had
just
to
shaking
you
it.
just had to, like,
I was
Yeah.
just shaking that pee up,
Damn.
and it would just chunk up. And I'm like drinking this in class in high school, and like people are looking at me like, "What do you drink? What is that?"
Yeah.
I'm like, supplements.
Smells
bro.
like chalk.
Supplements. Yeah. Like I taste it and I'm like, doesn't taste very good.
It doesn't.
But sure. And they're
Especially with
just
water.
drinking. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, with water.
Yeah.
So gross.
You got a solution.
I
for
hate
that.
milk.
Mhm.
I hate milk, so I always had to do water. But like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. I'll get some like almond milk or something. But I'm still doing like 80% water. I'm like, you know what? I'll just do a little dash to make it taste better. Still
Exactly.
did it, you know,
Exactly.
just thicker.
And so I'm listening to my dad because like that's my dude. Like your dad is who you look up to when you're a kid. And he's telling me like, all right, you need to make sure you get all your nutrition in and you got to lift heavy weights and blah, 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 blah.
It's not wrong.
And dude,
there.
it's so funny. He would literally tell me, he's like, I'm not teaching you how to work out until you can control yourself. And like, what does that mean? As a 12-year-old, I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Like,
Yeah.
you got to be able to control yourself if you're going to work out because I can make you huge.
Huh.
I'm like, all right, Dad,
All right.
let's do this. And then finally one day he took me to the gym. But anyway, going into it, protein powder was the first supplement that I'd ever taken. And it's that simple. Boom. Protein powder and then creatine.
Yeah.
I started in college
Oh, yeah.
when I was playing college football. And that was a weird thing because at that time, I don't know if it still does. I don't take creatine. I don't do a lot of supplements.
See, and
Go for it.
yeah, everyone, if there's 2 or 3 supplements everyone could benefit from, creatine, a post-workout or a protein, protein, and then like omega-3, like a fish oil.
Mhm.
And then obviously you have your multivitamins and greens, powders, and that kind of stuff that you can supplement with. But that's creatine can benefit. And there's a lot of myths around there's a ton of myths
Yeah.
around creatine.
Well, there's 2 different
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Well,
And
no,
one
there's
your,
no,
well,
no,
the
no.
2 main,
Yeah,
two
there's
main
like
ones.
6.
I'm sure there's, yeah.
Yeah,
there's
So
a
like the
bunch of
2
different
main ones,
strands.
you go to the store and there's, I
Yeah,
definitely,
there's creatine, there's HCl, and then
Yeah,
there's
that's the one.
monohydrate.
Ethyl ester.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones.
There's
That's
a bunch.
it's dude. There's so many studies behind it though. When you take creatine, you just have to be aware. You have to drink a lot of water. You just have to
Yes.
make sure you're staying
you're,
hydrated.
you're
drinking
naturally
water.
going to retain.
Yeah, because that's
water.
what creatine
Yeah.
does. Is it fills your muscles with water. It's for a quicker
Monohydrate
recovery.
does.
Yeah, it's for a
Yeah.
quicker recovery process. That's pretty much the basis of it. Helps
Yeah.
your muscles recover quicker, and you're going to have a more watery look around your muscles while you're taking it.
Yeah,
Great for
so
your skin.
creatine, we're talking about creatine. He's 100% right. And this is how you gain weight. However, you can get creatine monohydrate from red meat. So
exactly.
If you're eating enough red meat, I typically tell my clients, like, dude, you're eating red meat every single night. You don't need to take creatine. You get enough.
And that's if you're getting about 5 grams a day, I think is what they recommend for most people. If you're getting 5 grams, which it's hard to convert, you can figure it out from your meat, how much is in it, an average of it. Most people don't do that.
However, if you're training for a marathon, a CrossFit competition, and an Ultra Beast Spartan race, like you're burning a lot more ATP. Your ATP process is happening a lot more throughout the day. So you're going through that creatine, and that's when supplementation comes in handy. When you're a top level athlete or you're somebody who is very active, you want to supplement creatine because you burn through that ATP process. And let me explain this. You're working out, okay? You're hitting your 30-second mark. You're at about 20 reps and you feel that burn fatigue, like you can't push through it. Creatine steps in once that ATP runs out. And that's where you get your extra couple reps. And that's why they say it makes you bigger and stronger because you can get those extra reps in. You get that extra tear. You get that extra strength benefit from it, right? So going back, if you are burning it, like if you're a top level athlete, yes, supplement creatine. Very important.
One thing that you have to stick with it though. If you're off it for,
stay consistent.
I forget what I mean. There's a short duration of when you stop taking it.
Yes,
it's gone, and you have to start basically all over. To an extent, I mean, I don't know. I don't claim to know everything about supplements. Just to the
and that's you're right, and that goes to what I was saying. You burn it out. You burn it out of your system.
So you have to consistently. You got to consistently to get the benefits fully of creatine. You have to consistently like you have to go through tubs of.
So monohydrate, you want to take 5 grams in the morning, 5 before your workout, 5 after your workout, and 5 before bed for the entire first week.
Yeah.
And that's going to load your system.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's 5 grams before and 5 grams after for the duration of however long you're taking it. And you can't take a day off because you burn it out of your system. Then you got to preload it, right?
Yeah, you have to cycle it, and then you kind of start that over again later, and you go through it. Believe me, I think the longest stretch I did creatine was like 2 little tubs of it. Like, I don't know. They're all kind of relative. I forget which brand. Oh, Caged, I think, makes a really good. The HCL.
Yeah.
It's in a small little. I think I went through 2 of those, and then I was like, I missed a couple days, and I was like, oh crap.
Huh? Was it concrete? A yellow container?
No, it was orange. It was really small, I think it was caged in or cage. I don't know. Whatever. It's. I don't know.
That's.
But it was crazy.
What I will say is people look at supplements the wrong way. They look to them as a solution for all their like problems and gaining muscle and gaining weight. If your diet's not on point in your nutrition, supplements aren't going to do crap for you.
Yeah, and this is why it's so important for trainers to like go talk to a professional before you start taking supplements. And that's an important thing. Like reach out because people are doing it very incorrectly. So going back to what Danny was saying, yes, you do need to be consistent with it. However, creatine is also produced in your body. When I go out there and I'm not on creatine and I push my ATP process myself mentally because I can overcome, guess what? My body's going to naturally produce creatine.
Oh, yeah.
And if you shut that down by supplementing it, guess what? You're doing yourself a disservice.
It's like the testosterone stuff. If you start to supplement testosterone and you get off of it,
your body stops producing it. It's on a balance.
Yeah. I mean, because right now I just got some protein, and one that I really love is, we can talk about it if we get there, but citrulline. I love citrulline. Like I just like crazy. I love it. But I was like, do I get creatine? Do I really want to do it? Because I'm like, I want to be fit. I'm trying to lose some weight, get toned, a little bit, shred ski.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not, for example, like trying to bulk up. I mean, I will because I lift heavier and just do that. But I'm like, I don't know if it, just someone that works out, that I don't train anyone. I'm not, doing a bodybuilding, competition or anything like that. I don't have any other thing besides I just want to be naturally just fit.
Yeah.
Good looking helps and healthy. I don't think I need the creatine to get me there.
No.
But also
it's a little
advantage.
Benjamin, so it'll bring you up a little bit and
it'll help. Yeah.
And the whole, your body produces it, right? So I can go out there and I can like push myself through a workout, and you gotta push yourself beyond that point of exhaustion. Like people have the issue of like, I just don't like to get sweaty. You know, like I don't like to get my heart rate over a certain amount of time, and it makes me want to cry because it's so hard. You know what I mean? But you got to push yourself past that point so your body adapts.
Yeah.
It starts producing more creatine, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same with testosterone. Young men, dude, if you guys want to get testosterone, you're in high school and you want to get testosterone, go lift some heavy dead weights. Go lift some heavy squats. Your body will be like, crap, I got to turn on the testosterone. This guy keeps lifting this heavy weight.
Or don't skip, just even if you don't want to go super heavy, just don't skip leg day because your legs, it's going to, that's like the biggest
what triggers it.
Thing.
Get out in the sun.
Just, don't skip your leg day if you're not trying to like go insane.
Exactly.
But also the healthy diet as well.
Yes.
With the training.
Yes.
You know, you got to, especially if you're younger,
encompass it.
have fun, you know, eat your whatever on the weekends, maybe have your cheat meals or during the week, but you know, eat healthy. Don't skip leg day. One, because no one needs to look at chicken legs.
Exactly.
Especially if you're don't look at your legs. Come on. No, I saw you guys out there.
Dude,
you were in shorts.
My legs. I don't have massive legs.
Yeah, well,
I can squat a crap ton of weight.
Me too. Me too. But they don't look like it.
Yeah.
It's because we got that long leg and short torso.
You've worn shorts the last 2 podcasts. Don't look at your own legs. If you're comfortable enough to do that, you're fine.
From here up, it's okay. From the knee down, it's
no.
Quadzilla.
Yeah. Okay, so creatine.
So it's the creatine thing. I would say recommend 4 weeks, 8 weeks on it, and then off. Just make sure you're pushing like that high repetition every now and again, trying to get past that point of exhaustion and failure and pushing through it. Drop sets are a good thing. So like if you're pumping out a weight and you hit failure and you drop the weight quick and then pick the weight up, the lighter weight, and go again, that's a good way to get your body to produce creatine. Yeah. And then, all right, going back to the protein thing. If you don't get enough protein and creatine are the 2 main supplements, and probably the only 2 supplements that really work to a high level.
Yeah.
And
the most proven.
Oh, yeah, the most proven.
That's, and there's, I could go off on this. Protein, not all protein is created equal. People think that you just go in and buy protein. There's so many differences between protein. There are a lot of crap quality proteins out there.
Oh, yeah.
Any protein most proteins that taste really good, if you look at the ingredients, if there's like crazy flavors like cookie chunk, like all these crazy flavors, if you look at it, there's probably some pretty bad ingredients at most of the time. And this is this has been the one supplement that has made the absolute biggest difference for me. I would die on a hill on this. So a post-workout, and here's the difference. With a post-workout, you specifically want a hydrolyzed isolate protein. And what that means is it's pre-digested almost is what that basically means. And this is the only time a supplement is going to outweigh a whole food. It's the only time it's going to work better than a whole food. And what it's going to do, no whole food can get into your system and start recovering your muscles as quick as that type of protein. And here's where most people go wrong is they just drink a protein after their workout and they're not mixing a high glycemic, fast digesting carb. And that's what's going to start.
It's a carrier.
Exactly. And that's what's going to kickstart
that protein,
that recovery. Because when you're training, you're weight training, you're depleting your glycogen
and
source.
your insulin drops.
Exactly. And when you're not replenishing that after your workout, you're still going to recover if you drink just protein. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be, dude, I will tell you, I would die on a hill on this. When I started mixing a carb with my protein, my soreness levels.
So what carb do you like?
And this is why, look, this chocolate milk, right? You heard it. Chocolate milk is the best thing after a workout. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
You heard that?
It's been a while.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Protein.
Yeah.
It has both of them. Chocolate milk is not the best thing after a workout.
It's because it's not an isolate hydrolyzed. It's a milk protein. It's a milk concentrate. And it's not a hydrolyzed isolate. And that's why you want something that digests, and you want something that
there are
mixes,
3 types of proteins.
Yes, mixes good with water.
Yes,
because that's what you want after your workout.
Protein isolate right after your workout. It's fine grained. You can see it.
Yeah.
Isopure. I used to drink it all the time.
Yep.
Beautiful company, by the way. Isopure is. I've never found a better protein company.
Quality stuff.
Oh, I'll change your mind.
I'll change your mind.
Dude, I'm telling you, when you stick it, when you dump it, I use Ignition and Formula One. That's its first form's post-workout stack. And their Ignition is it's a carb. It's sugar is what it is.
Hold that thought. Let's keep going on the protein.
Yeah.
So you got isolate, you got regular digested whey, I would call it concentrate.
Yep.
And then you got casein.
Casein, yeah.
Mhm.
Casein
And-
protein.
And you also collagen.
Collagen?
Protein.
Oh,
Collagen
yeah, I
protein.
guess so.
That's what they call like the supplement of youth. It's
Yeah.
hair, skin, nails. And it is once you reach age 23, your natural collagen levels start declining each year.
Is that why I might like get
So that's,
bags
dude,
and-
collagen protein is that's like if you
All right,
took
I'm
one
gonna start drinking
protein,
the collagen.
that's
Check
one of the
my eyes
most
out right
important.
now. Check back in 4 weeks.
Well, dude, by the
Get rid
time
of
you're
all
like
this.
50, I can't remember the percentage.
Buy
It's
it back.
very drastic. It drops.
At 50?
Yes,
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's naturally produced in our bodies, but once we reach, I want to say it's 23, 25, it just starts naturally.
Popping down.
Just
That's
yep.
usually where everything starts to
Yeah.
kind of go downhill for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
But dude, I would say that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. And finding one, like I said, that mixes well with water. I will tell you, the protein I use tastes better with water more than it tastes better with milk, which most of the time is not a very common thing.
The Optimum Nutrition, the hydrolyzed, the platinum whey.
Yep.
It's unfortunately, it's like now they don't do the 5 pound and the 3 pound, or this
Yeah.
the standard sizes.
Yeah.
They stopped doing the small one and they only do the big. I think was it the 5 pound tub or something like that. But it's like $100 versus the standard one is maybe like $70.
Oh, okay.
So if you're gonna spend a ton of money,
yeah.
like get it, but then add the carb so you get the maximum benefit.
That's-
And before I forget, I just want to ask, what carb do you like using in conjunction with your protein? Like,
Donuts.
you said you like to add in.
So that's it's called ignition. It's pretty much sugar.
So you supplement the carb too?
So
What
what?
do you mean?
Like the carbs a supplement as well?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it comes in a post-workout stack. It's protein and it's a carb, and it's both.
And it's
powder.
all together?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's two separate containers,
Okay.
but you mix them
So-
together.
I like that because if they put it all in one tub, you
Yeah.
don't know
No,
how much
you
of
don't
what
know
you're
the
getting.
servings, and you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Mhm.
So just as an example, I've taken it before, and I actually just reminded myself I should probably get it again because I loved how my workouts were. Carbolin.
Yeah, that's what.
So
that
is
was
that
like the
would
very
that be
first one.
kind of do you know
Carbolin?
what I'm talking about?
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Carbolin.
Is it like
It's
a,
you get it from
carb.
NutriShop, I think was the first place
Yeah.
I ever heard
I
of it.
wonder though I don't know if it's a complex
Let
or
me-
if it's a simple carb.
Yeah, those
source.
are the other thing. You got different types of carbs. You got starches, you got sugar, you got
They're broken up into simple and complex, but
Yeah.
those all fall under each
category. Yeah, exactly. One's fast, one's slow.
Yep.
So like if you're going, we get rabbit hole to carbohydrates.
I know.
So the protein, let's close that topic. You got 3 types of proteins: isolate, and then your standard,
Mhm.
and then casein, and then collagen. Sorry, 4 types.
And I don't know if we want to like why you should get protein in, like the importance of it, but
hair, skin,
Well, that's- dude,
nails,
so
muscles,
here's what-
every
here's
cell
what I
in
tell-
your body.
here's what I tell people, and this is what people tend to get a misconception of. If you're overweight and you're trying to lose body fat, people think that you don't have to eat a lot of protein. That's completely wrong. Say
More,
that you
yeah.
are, say that you're 50 pounds overweight, okay, and you get in a calorie deficit, you're
Mhm.
gonna lose weight. If you're not hitting your protein goal, you're gonna lose weight, but you're gonna look like an exact smaller version of how you look now. You're gonna have the same body composition. You're gonna look like a smaller overweight person almost.
Pushing
Yeah.
that malnutrition
Yes, and if-
kind of weird look. That, yeah.
The point of eating the protein is to build and maintain lean muscle. And the more lean muscle you maintain, the quicker your metabolism is, the quicker you burn calories. That's the whole point of protein, is maintaining lean muscle. And not to mention, it's found everywhere. It's in every organ of our body, skin, like hair, nails, everywhere is consisted of protein.
Yeah.
So as far as a health standpoint too, but as far as the goal for anyone is to maintain as much lean muscle and even gain as much lean muscle as possible.
Mhm.
And that's going to keep you the healthiest the longest.
I agree.
But people just get a misconception when they think they're trying to lose body fat that they don't need to get a lot of protein in. Like, it's always been a thing, like, I'm trying to get bigger, I need to eat a lot of protein. Not if I'm trying to lose fat, I need to eat a lot of protein. Like, no,
Both.
it's just as important.
Both.
So that's one
Yeah.
thing that I feel like needs, that's one
That
thing
needs
that's
to be
gotten
said.
misconstrued between.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. The industry changes from like, oh, fat makes you fat. Nope. Carbs make you fat. Nope. Protein makes you fat.
No, a
They just
calorie
continue this
surplus makes you
cycle.
fat.
And again, another manipulation tactic to steer you should eat these, eat eggs, eat milk, whatever, you know?
Mhm.
So anyway, all financial.
Well, dude, that's why
bull
when you go into the
crap.
store, everything that's high in protein costs more money
Exactly.
because it's not.
It's important.
They don't want it to.
It's
And
important.
I know it's a different kind of protein, but tofu is high, like
Oh, really?
really low cost for pretty high yield of protein.
See,
It's not your venison.
I'm not a tofu guy, so
Not
I
your-
wouldn't know.
I like it, but also like I don't want to try and eat. Was that soybean or some?
Yeah, soy.
shit?
Yeah, any
like
type
so
of
I don't
soy is not.
try to eat it
Yeah.
a lot, but sometimes we'd, you're like, damn dude, chicken
Chicken.
and
Chicken and
steak.
rice.
I love steak. I love chicken wings. I love just cooking that stuff up. But like sometimes you're like, I'll go for like a little veggie wrap, a little tofu in there. Like you don't even taste it, but yeah.
That's
like the
getting
one
your
that
greens and stuff in too. We could go on a rabbit hole of greens. That stuff's incredible.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna have Jake jump in here with us.
Cool.
So this is the kid. He's a freshman. Remember we were talking with Colton
you want
the other
to
day.
go around wherever.
We were talking with Colton the other day.
Yeah.
Basketball player. They ended up they won state. They got
Oh,
it.
no way.
So this is the freshman that I was talking about that
Oh,
got
cool.
to play against
Right on, man.
St. Mary's.
Oh yeah.
Dropped a couple threes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he dropped a couple threes against St. Mary's.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're talking about creatine. You started taking creatine recently, right? And protein, the mutant mass. Yeah. How much weight would you say you've gained since you started taking protein, adding that extra supplement?
So it started off really fast. I gained probably like 10 pounds in like maybe a week and a half. And then I got like out of track on it. So I started slowing down, but it was still like 6 pounds, like 2 weeks. And then I'm back on it because I have a football morning schedule. So now I've gone like 12, like I lost a lot during basketball, but I gained like 10 again during like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So it helps a lot.
And as I saw you walk in, you're a slim guy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where do you see it kind of going? Obviously I know where maybe it might go for me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously my body type is much different. I mean, all of us have different body types, but where did you kind of notice that weight going? Or is it kind of just like, I don't know, it's in my toes or some shit like
Evenly
that?
dispersed.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's just been hard for me to even like get it because I've been super busy and losing a lot of weight for basketball because I would just be running and sweating.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't eat after.
Mm.
So just trying to see where it's going is kind of hard.
It's kind of,
because
because you're just,
it's just
you're just staying naturally lean, but your muscle mass, I'm assuming.
Well, that's too when you see your own body every day, you
That's true.
confuse yourself of where.
You don't know what's going
Dude,
on.
I look at pictures of myself 4 years ago and I feel like I don't look hardly any different.
Well, and I think with him, so like as his trainer, for me, what I see is like his legs have grown a lot because he's always on them basketball. You're running. And pretty much anything with sports, your legs are the most important thing. So going to the protein factor of like gaining weight and losing fat, like it does both of them. It just depends on your lifestyle and how much you're intaking. And I think, like Jake said, he's completely active. He's not getting fat.
Yeah.
He's gaining muscle mass. And that was a good point to bring up, Danny, that where do you see it going? It's all muscle on him.
Yeah. I think, whoever might be watching who is trying to gain, they might be like, well, where is it going to go? Like looking at different people. Like if I were to say the same thing you are, I would say, I don't know, maybe my legs, or if it's a healthy, good gain.
Yep.
I actually, at this point in time, I don't know where it would go. I know where my bad weight goes. Yeah. But that's never fun. But that's one of those, I don't know. Dude, maybe it's the hockey, the legs and the ass are there, dude. But, yeah, I just think maybe people are, if they see like, oh, I can relate to your body type, and you're saying, you're gaining, it's like, where is it going to go though?
Yeah, that's genetic. That's all genetics.
Yeah, so that's why I was just curious.
Chicken legs, both of us.
Again, I don't. You guys are.
And Jake's kind of built the same way. He's got the long legs, short.
But the quads are there. It's one thing if you don't if they're not there. Like if you just.
Yeah, you can look at Tristan and I, and you're like, oh, there's glutes there, there's legs there, but you look at that lower leg of like calves.
Dude, if I wear basketball shorts, it looks like I've never trained legs. Like
I know, because they're so big. They go down to your knee. You're like, dude, this guy has no legs. It's funny when I wear baggy clothes, nobody in the world would think like, oh, he hits 315 on bench for 10 reps.
A little
There's no way.
Yep.
No one would ever think that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun video going to just like
Walk
you're dressed in,
and you're
just like dressed in
clothes.
that like
Throw a 350
This
on
guy
there
ain't
and
doing
start
shit.
repping
This
it
is his
out.
first day. Yeah, you just start
Yeah.
hitting it.
That would
Like,
be a fun
what
video.
the hell?
All right, so we covered creatine, we covered protein. What is there any other essential supplements that you would think?
I would say omega 3s can benefit everyone just due to joints, inflammation, brain health. And most people do not eat enough fish in a week to get it, because that's where you're going to get your omega 3s from is fish. I think there's a few other like
Avocado.
seeds and nuts and stuff too.
Pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds are loaded with fat. You can get like 40 grams of fat with
decent
a handful.
protein too.
Protein?
Pumpkin seeds. There's a little decent.
Yeah.
And
dry as all hell. But
you would never think.
Yeah.
And there's a difference too. There's omega 6s and omega 3s. So omega 6 is going to be what comes from like cooking oils and stuff.
So if
and
you
that's
take double the dose of omega 3s, is it? I'm just kidding.
Oh no! So that's
Does it turn into
omega 6s.
As I was saying, I'm like, I'm not finishing
Here's
this.
Here's what like where this goes, where a lot of people steer wrong too, is they'll go to like Costco and they have the huge packs of omega 3s.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's like 100 pills in it or whatever. What they don't tell you is to get an efficacious dose of those, you're going to have to be popping like 15 of those pills a day.
Right.
That's why it's so cheap, is because it doesn't say it. It tells you to take like normally like 4 or 5, and then you get like gross fish burps and stuff. You have to find a quality, like find a good omega 3 supplement, a quality one. Most of the time it's going to be like 2 capsules is going to be your serving size, not 12. So that's where a lot of people steer wrong.
There's,
with that.
Was it Jim Stepani? When I originally started realizing that obviously
Jim Stepani is a freaking legend.
He's a legend. Yeah. And that's
he's
when
got
I found
a
out about the EPH.
in nutrition, masters in exercise science.
I think there's got to be a video on YouTube somewhere, but it opened my eyes to the serving sizes and you go to Walmart, whatever, you pick up the fish oil. Hopefully it's the burpless because you're a monster. If
I like
you
the fish burps. What are you talking about?
That's why you're sitting all the way over there. But he opened my eyes to, it's like, it's not the same. Like you could take, just for an example, his product, which, I mean, he's a legend. So he has a product that you can trust, and it shows everything, the breakdown and all that stuff. But they're not created equal.
No,
you might take 2 of the fish oils from Walmart and 2 of Jim's product or whatever, and they are night and day difference. You're going to have to take 12 to account for, taking 2
and
of
that's
the real shit.
And they don't tell you that.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that because you're thinking that you're saving money, and you're actually not, because the amount that you have to take lasts just as long as a half of a serving, but it costs a little more money.
Right.
So that's why, that's where everything's put out to make people
money.
spend more money.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Unfortunately,
but dude, omega 3s, big time, dude, for keeping your joints healthy, brain health. They've even shown, I think, like ADHD and stuff. It helps tremendously with
hair, skin,
absolutely,
everything. So that's another thing I would say is good. Protein is like ultimate, and
protein,
specifically a post-workout protein, because that's the only time that something's going to outweigh a whole food.
Yeah,
the only time that's going to happen.
Refill on the carbs.
Yeah.
So going back to Jake here, there was one day, like, because this kid will work. You tell him to do something, he'll do it. Like, no doubt in my mind. Like, that's why he's lettering as a freshman on varsity basketball on one of the greatest team that's ever came through North Idaho.
Oh yeah.
Like, literally has got to play with them as a freshman. And not to admit, we won't talk about his age, but how old do you think he is?
I'm not playing this game.
15?
14.
Okay. I was like, I'm not,
what?
Well, I just know how old the freshman is.
yeah. So anyway, he was dragging. Like, I could see it in him. Like, life was out of his eyes. He was coming in like just dead. I'm like, I don't know if you should even be here right now. And we got him on that mass gainer shake that not only has protein in it, but it has the carbohydrates in it as well. Like you were saying, you get that insulin spike and it drives the protein. Dude's energy changed like night and day within a couple days. He's like, yeah, dude, I got energy now. I'm like, you weren't getting enough. You weren't getting enough protein. You weren't getting enough carbs. And that's where it's so important to supplement those things when you got a high level athlete. So if you're producing that much energy in a day, you should be supplementing those things.
And I will say, like, the thing that's going to come closest to a supplement carb, like a fast digesting, like glycemic carb, is going to be like bananas or something.
Yep.
Because it's a fast, but it's not going to, it's still, that's the only time supplements outweigh whole foods. Like you want to
not
try
only
to get
bananas, but like ripened bananas.
yeah,
You
but
know,
and
they're
then for
starting
like
to
a
turn
protein
around.
source like chicken and stuff, like lean chicken and stuff is what you'd want to eat if you don't have access to a post workout. But it's not gonna a post workout's gonna be your best bet as far as like effective and getting in your system the quickest because you can't get any food that's already pre-digested like those proteins are designed. And that's where and there's a lot of you just really have to look at like the proteins you're buying because if it's messing with your stomach or if it's
that's the other thing. If any of these supplements mess with your stomach,
then it's not. Yeah, don't take it.
In most places, well, you can. I mean, I've been told at Vitamin Shop and stuff like that, where it's like you could be down to the very last scoop, and you could bring it back.
And you'd be like, dude,
I'm like,
sucks.
I'm not gonna do that because I would feel terrible.
That's
maybe I'll try. Yeah,
and that's dude.
I don't know. This pre-workout,
it
wasn't good enough. Like
it wasn't good.
But yeah, definitely if it's not making you feel good. I mean, maybe give it like a grace period of like, if it's something new that you're just trying, like, especially if you're going from like a regular protein of just whey or the hydrolyzed to maybe a casein.
Yeah.
Give it some time. But I also really don't think anyone in a normal day of life situation needs casein. To an extent, because just have the banana with peanut butter.
This is where casein gets important. I'll tell these guys all the time: eat cottage cheese, eat peanut butter, steak right before bed. Something that takes forever.
It's
to
longer
digest. Because when you're sleeping, there's a reason why they call it breakfast. Because you're breaking the fast. Yeah. You fast all night, so your body you're burning muscle tissue if you didn't eat before you went to bed.
It's nice to have a fast one and a slow.
Yeah, so that's what that casein's for. If you're supplementing that casein, do it right before bed.
Yeah,
because your body's going to be.
You get into a catabolic state when you're sleeping.
I guess going back on what I'm saying, so I sit somewhat corrected, is I guess it depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
If you're going to go a long period without eating,
then if you were like, I'm not going to be able to eat till tomorrow until, I mean, even noon for some people is, but like, it's one of those, I'm doing, the 16-8, the fast, or, 18-6.
That would be a good thing for you.
Well, I don't take the casein, but I will have some sort of
even if you're taking away concentrate, it's still going to be, it's a longer lasting than an ice. If you're drinking like a hydrolyzed isolate, then it's going to be out of your system.
Because I'm trying to put myself into that fat burning stage quicker. So like I do my protein with, and I also like to do the.
So you're trying to go full empty stomach.
Yeah, so I do because I want it.
Well, and the benefits of fasting are if your stomach's empty, that's eating all the bad cells. Yeah,
I'll do my maybe protein shake or whatever it might be. Usually it's just a protein shake, and I'll sometimes throw in. We talked about it forever ago, but I love my blackstrap molasses.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I also started doing. I do it right within my feeding window, but also right before bed, I put MCT oil in my protein shake because it's so quick that it drives you a little bit faster into that
REM cycle.
No, well, I mean, I'm sure the sleep stuff, that stuff I don't really know about.
Magnesium, man.
But
I know there's a lot of different things.
It puts you into that fat burning area quicker than you might normally.
Yeah.
So
but that's my goal. If someone's just trying to maintain until lunch because that's just the next time they eat, sure.
Casein.
Yeah.
And that's
so they're not feeling hungry.
So I go back on what I was saying, like they don't need it, but like just depends
situational.
Yeah.
This is where too, dude, a lot with protein. I guess we can just stick on protein and the main couple foods.
So this is like we could talk about supplements for another 2 shows.
Yeah.
I would say your generic, like the mains, like your concrete foundational supplements, creatine, protein, carbohydrates. And
what about BCAAs? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah,
well, I mean, but like it's
you get most
usually when I haven't taken them in a while. One, just because I sometimes just can't justify spending $30, $40, $50 for. Yeah. It's damn delicious, but as far as because it's your branched chain amino acids and stuff like that, and hydration and whatnot, it's like
that's only 24 of your 32 amino acids.
So I feel like it's kind of. I don't know. It wouldn't be in a top list of things that you should take, right?
Those are something that
if you have enough protein in your diet, you're gonna have BCAAs.
Yeah, so you're covered.
Yeah, you're gonna have if you're getting protein, and that's there's a big. You just talking about losing body fat. This is something I hear people say all the time. Okay, I want to gain muscle and lose body fat at the same time. Okay. That's where we start getting, if you are not hitting a high protein goal, that's not going to happen for you. And that's where protein, here's the thing. If you're a beginner, you can do that. You can gain a lot of muscle and still burn fat. If you're someone that's seasoned and has been lifting for a long time, that's going to be very hard to do while you're in a deficit trying to gain muscle.
Yeah.
And it will not happen. You will, when you want to cut, you're trying to gain or lose a lot of body fat, you're going to lose muscle. It's part of the deal.
Yep.
And if you're not hitting that protein goal, you're going to lose a lot more muscle.
Well, and it affects everything, not only just like if we're talking bodybuilding, like look at
even just general, like trying to lose
general
body
life.
fat.
Like, I mean, all right, Jake, how do you feel? Like, describe how you would feel if you didn't have your protein shake and didn't have enough calories in.
So sleeping would be terrible because it would feel like my stomach's just eating itself.
Oh yeah.
Because after school, like the last year, training would be at like later, like 4:30, and I would come home and like dinner, I wouldn't even be hungry because like I'm so hungry that sometimes I just don't want to eat. And then sometimes I would go to bed just on a quick snack, and I would just the next day I would be dead and don't want to do anything. And then once I start taking it, like getting up for school is so much easier. It's quicker to get ready, so it just helps with a lot more than just building more like muscle. And, like, weight.
Yeah, so it affects your entire life if you're not getting enough protein, if you're not getting enough carbohydrates.
And that's just what I tell people if they're starting from scratch. You can go online, there's calculators you can use, there's apps out there. Figure out what your calorie goal needs to be, figure out what your protein goal needs to be. Normally with protein, you can go about 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight is a good place. Anyone can do that. That's a good starting point. Yep. When you start bodybuilding and stuff, those numbers start changing. But 1 gram per pound of goal body weight that's good. That'll work for everyone. And where was I going with that? That's what I tell people is figure out your calories if you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever. Hit your calories, hit your protein. Your carbs and fats can be what you feel better with.
You have to start a foundation in your nutrition.
Yep.
There's got to be a foundation for like 4 weeks. You have to start a foundation. You can't just go to whatever level like, oh, CT Fletcher eats 6,000 calories a day, so I'm going to start right there.
And that's, dude, and people, I don't think any diet that completely cuts out carbs or completely cuts out fat it's not sustainable. It's not going to last. Exactly. You're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah,
carbs and fats are there for a reason. Some people feel better eating more fats than carbs, and some people just run better off more carbs and fats. That's something you just have to figure out what fits within your calories. But as long as you hit your protein and calorie goal, you will get where you're trying to go.
So supplement protein, supplement creatine if you feel like you're dragging in your workouts, if you need a little extra more.
And if you feel that you can consistently take it.
Yeah, and if you feel like you consistently take it, you have to be consistent with creatine. The fish oil.
Yeah, fish oils are always, omega-3s are always good.
Even if you don't really work out,
those are just a general health.
If you're
so is protein though. Protein's a general health. Like you need to be hitting that.
You should just take.
And a multivitamin too dude, I could go.
Oh yeah.
The amount of adults that are deficient in magnesium and vitamin D and multivitamin, it's insane.
Yeah.
And you don't get a lot of that through your food.
Next episode.
Yeah. So
right now, start with the protein, throw the creatine if you need it, and get those oils.
Yeah, I would say big, make sure you're hitting your calories and protein. If you can hit those numbers, you will start to see progress.
Step 1.
And then, dude, you will.
Yeah, and then I say like 4 weeks from now, we'll talk about the next step.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the next step with supplements.
If any of you have a supplement that you're curious about, that you want us to talk about, if I don't know what I know, but I'm sure you guys could probably shed light on more than I do. But comment below wherever you're watching this.
Yeah, shoot us a message, comment anything that you would want us to talk about as far as supplements go and how it correlates in your diet, what you can use it for. So
don't skip leg day.
And if you want supplement recommendations,
Tristan,
I
like
got
I said,
there you go. Yeah.
I'm actually a Patriot supplement athlete. They have a wide range. I'll tell you, they have a wide range of supplements. There's a lot of certain supplements that I like there. However, but they do a really good job of taking care of you and
very good
making
local.
sure you got great local place. Love them to death. So
Usually first time in, you get a free shaker cup, and they have quality shaker cups.
Yeah, it's always worth.
I don't know. It's not the ball, and the lid doesn't get all screwy.
No, they take care of you. They're good. So
right on.
All right,
cool.
We're good.